I just realized I was talking that whole time on mute. I did say some choice stuff anyway, so it's actually a blessing in disguise that that wasn't that couldn't be heard. Um, but I do want to give an overview on what happened yesterday. I think we made some really good progress yesterday, and we kind of blew away everything we had in place originally, and we replaced it with these frameworks, these existing frameworks that should really simplify what we got to do. So we still on that homepage ticket. Going back to our Jira board, we are still in the current sprint. This is the backlog right now, but looking at the current sprint, we are still very far behind, right? Because we kind of got stuck on this step right here, the static page design for the homepage. But I got a feeling that today we're gonna be able to knock it out, because yesterday some of the homies came through and put me on some software, some modern technology that really helps like move things along. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of tools that exist in the world right now when it comes to the world of front end, that is, that really simplify the development process. So I have a really strong feeling that we're gonna be able to knock out this homepage design today. It's a really basic design that we're going for, just to remind y'all what it looked like if we came over here and opened up our whiteboard. We can see an example right here, right? It's not a crazy design, right? It's like a header with the hamburger menu. You got the logo on the right. You got a nice, beautiful carousel in the middle here. And then you got some tease stories. That's it, right? And that's a static version of that. We're not hooking it up to Sanity until the next ticket. So we're not even on the hook for like dynamic data. We just need to get this presentation out to the client, right? And the client being us, right? This is a fake project. But if it was a real project, right, you'd be on the hook for this, right? So that's kind of how we looking at it. Like, how do developers in the corporate world today actually deal with some of these deadlines and some of these different features that folks are asking for? So, all right, so now that that's out of the way, let me go refill my water, because I told y'all yesterday how important water is for a developer, okay? It's everything. Let me refill that, and I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. Man, I really need to start filling up this water jug before the stream, because it always take a little bit away from the intro when I gotta get up and fill it up. But all right, we still in the beginning, right? We're still in the beginning. Okay, so anyway, that being said, I think we can dive in. Let's look at where we are now with the project. This is where we are now. We have a starting, the beginnings of a carousel. This black background just kind of represents my page. We got a nice little menu, navigation menu here on the side. It looks really good. So it's starting to come together pretty nicely, I think. And the next thing we're trying to do is style up this carousel a bit, right? These buttons are kind of big, and I need them to be a little bit smaller than this, but yeah, we'll tinker with the buttons for the next thing, right? But what I was working on right before the stream is I have some images that I want to put in place to hopefully make this carousel fit a little better, right? Make the images and the arrows on this carousel fit a little better. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm extracting them right now. Y'all can't see it on my screen, but I'm about to extract those and put them into what is this one? I'm gonna put them into our projects. So that's the live stream. I must have just downloaded all of them. That's okay. So live stream promo. And then what's this one? This is coding promo, coding stream promo. And then what's this one? This one is another I guess website promo. I guess I don't know what to call that. Web promo. And you know what? I don't care about I don't know why I just did that. I'm about to change the title on these to 1, 2, and 3 because they're all going to live in a promo directory, and I don't care which is which, to be honest. So I'm just going to change the name of these files to 1, 2, and 3. I will put them in a promo directory in our gaming site. Y'all don't see the actual structure of the project right now, but that's what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of going through the structure of the project and putting everything where it belongs. So this is going to be in a folder called promo. And then inside of that promo folder, I'm just going to paste 1, 2, and 3 in there. And then I'm going to go over to the project so you guys can see this. I'll go over back to our project. Down out of the way. And I am going to, I was playing around with the carousel here. I'm going to take these promo images out. I'll just delete these for permanently. And then I am going to pull in the other promo images that I was just talking about. Okay, so now we got promo 1, 2, and 3 here. And then what I'll do is I'll add 3 carousel items, 1 for each one. 2 and 3. All right, save that. Now go back to our site. And it looks like the images are cached. Ew, they look horrible. What was the size on that DOM? Browser. Actually, let me get this stage back to where it was before so that you guys can see as I work. Okay, so it's on browser right now. So that looks really weird, right? So I need to fix that size of this DOM. So I just need to come here, find out what the size of the whole thing is. And it looks like 1400 by 600. 1400 by 600. So I'm going to say that the width of these images here match that, right? So I'm going to do 1400 here. Whoa. 1400 here, and then I'll do the 600 here. All right, and let's see what that looks like on the browser. Back to our wait, that still looks weird. Hang on. Oh wait. Yeah, so you can see that looks really blown out. I don't know why it's looking blown out like that. Let me see what happens if I only pass the width property. Oh, height. Can I do auto for height? But maybe instead of doing 1400 by 600, let's do. Yeah, that should work though. That's exactly what size those images are. All right, that looks better. I'm gonna do 200 on the height property. That looks the same. Let's do 300. 400. I don't get why that looks different, but that's okay. Now that's looking correct. That looks way better. Okay, let's make this a little smaller. I'm gonna do size of, I don't know, what do you think? Maybe size of, it's 18, it's 20 right now, so maybe dropping that down to like half the size would be okay. I don't know if there is a size 10. Let's get rid of the black background as well. That was just for us to be able to see the container. There is still some kind of white edge here that I don't love. This little white background here. That. Where is that coming? Oh, that's the border. Okay, yeah, we can get rid of that border. All right, that should do it. Yeah, there we go. But now our images are left and right arrows. Okay, so a couple things, right? First off, we need some padding at the top of this container, some margin, right? So we're gonna do a margin top here. Let's do like, I don't know, 20 pixels top maybe. MT 20. Let's just see what that looks like. We'll start at 20. 20 seems like it's too much. That looks like too much to me. I'm gonna drop that down to, let's say, 16. Nope, still too much. Let's do 12. Still too much. 8. All right, 8's good. Dropping it down to 8's good. I'm gonna bump the size up of those arrows to 14. No, that's too big. Let's say 12. Yeah, 12 looks okay. Let's change their color as well. So I'm gonna come over here to the Tailwind docs and figure out how to adjust color on some of these elements. We'll go Tailwind, get started. And then here we're just gonna look for a color section. Color section. Hey, let's see if font size, let me see something real quick. I wanna see if I can change the font size of this arrow. If I can change the font size of this like little arrow right here. Actually, let's go back up to the 175 viewport that we normally are at on these calls. Okay, that's a lot bigger. We actually have to go down to 150 for this website though to actually make sense. So we'll stay at 150, but yeah, this arrow right here to me is a little off. So two things. First, I'm gonna go back down to our. I'm just gonna go down one size on this, right? So instead of 12, we'll do 10. Okay, and then 10's good. But now I want to see. Actually, let me see if I can control the spacing as well on that. I'm gonna see if I can add some like margin right. So I'm gonna do MR. Let's do something ridiculous. 30. Nah. So what about PR? 30. No. What about just right? 10. Right. I'm just trying to see if I can change the positioning of it at all. Doesn't look like it. Left 10. Yeah, I can, right? So if I do negative 10, what happens? Yeah. So what if I do negative 30? Oh, so left isn't doing anything. Wait, well, let's find out on the docs if there's a way to first let's do the text first. We'll do text LG. See if that changes it. Exit. I don't know if that's actually adjusting anything. Oh, XL. It might be. I'm not entirely sure if it is or not, but let's do 5XL. No, it's definitely not changing it. It's not changing it. So let's get rid of that. Let's actually bump this to 35. Nope. Wait, we gotta see what our left rules are. Chinning. Oh, not. There we go. Top right, bottom left. Oh, and then you can have you can add px too if you want. So we can just do. Hang on, where's left? Left 3 is 12 pixels. Wait, how do I just do left with a... Left 8 is 32. And where are we at right now? We're at like, I think we're at like 42 or something like that. So what if we did... Let's see what start 40 does. I just want to see how this impacts the arrow icon here. Start 40. Yeah, what about end 40? Yes, we found it. Okay, so that's the thing we need. We need end. End 40 wasn't it. 44 is the next one. I just pushed that out a little more. That looks good to me. 44. Let's see what's next though, just in case. 48. Nah, 44 it seems like is the as far as it goes. So that's cool. I'm gonna do the same thing for the. I'm gonna do this exact same thing for our next arrow as well. I think this looks good. I think we'll have to change that to start though, in order for that to look right. All right, let me save it. Yeah, so we'll change that from end to start. That did not work. It's not gonna be from end to start. I think the numbers are just gonna change, right? So let's try 24. 4. You could do negative values. Wait, can you do negative values? Yeah, you just prepend it with the negative sign. So if I do negative and 48, would that work? Let's go back to here. Let's save that. No, I didn't like that. All right, negative and 4, 16. 12. There we go. That looks about right. All right, and now we need the background color on these. So let's try background red. Let's see what happens. Oh, what about? All right, so that works. And then what is it? Text white. I'm trying to find something that shows me what the. I think it's text white, maybe. Yeah, that's it. Text white. So that's what we'll do for that. That doesn't look bad. I wonder if I should make the arrows a little bigger. Just a teensy one's bigger. Yeah, let's make them a little bigger. Let's make them 12 and see how that looks. All right, maybe 14. And then wait, what is it? Let's do. How do you change the text size? Yeah, I think that's what it would be, right? I think that would be the font inside it. I don't know if that looks bad or not, though. Let me see. If we go down to just 100% here. I think the left and right arrows are okay. I think they need a little bit more spacing here, so maybe change this to 52. 50. Wait, I don't know what my number. After 48. Yeah, it should have been 52. Wait, am I at the end? geez. I think I might be at the end here. Oh, it's just not actually updating it. Is it because of how big it is? All right, well, I'm just going to stick with 10. I told myself this morning I wouldn't let these minor details bog us down today, and we will not. So that looks great. That is exactly what we want, right? And let's see how to make this carousel infinitely scroll. I think that's going to be really cool, too. Option. Oop. Okay, here we go. So, okay. Basically, on the carousel DOM itself, we pass in a options object, and on that options object, one of the items is called loop, and we can assign that to true. Okay, there's that. Let's actually get this organized. We're gonna move this out to our own little all right, and this is going to be in a carousel. We'll call this featured carousel. Right, it'll be in that component there, and we'll just need to make it, right? So let's actually go create that UI element. We'll use header as our base. Paste that into UI. Call it featured carousel. Okay, I don't know what it needs right now, so, well, I know some of what it needs. Get rid of this, we didn't need that. We know some of what it needs, right? It needs this at least. And image. And image. Okay, so at least we can get rid of this from here. And then I'm gonna get rid of all this. Yeah, I'll just do that. Now, why do I have header being, React being added in header? That's React should be assumed. Buttons not used, or are these here? Okay, just cleaning up stuff here. This is not our header. This is our featured carousel. This can all go away. And now coming here, go ahead and grab that carousel item. Okay. Pop that in here. Okay, looks good. Featured carousel just needs to import it now, so import featured carousel. Yep. Yeah. All right. So now that should work. Error here. Okay, we go back over to the browser. We should see that everything's still working as expected, and that still looks amazing. Hover, I don't like this hover event here. So let's do a hover rule that says on hover, it gets a little bigger. So let's go to Tailwind. Let's see what we can find here for hover. Hover focus in other states, okay. And then we want to say when it gets hover, the background should change a little bit. So we'll do a slight background change. Let's see what, that doesn't look horrible, right? Let's just use this for now, just so we can have something to test with. Now I'll come back to the code. We'll go over to our featured carousel. We'll come here to the previous and next buttons. We'll say hover background sky 700. Let's go back over to the browser and see what that looks like. It's that here, right? So that, I don't love that. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to come back over to Tailwind. We're going to go to the colors, and we're going to see what, oh, nice. All right, we want a gray, and we want it to go just a little more brighter than it is, right? Because this right now is like jet black. But on hover, we probably do want it to get a little bigger and we want it to get a little brighter, I think. Just slightly brighter, not that bright, but like a nice gray tint, right? So let's do zinc 400. I like this 400 here. So zinc 400, is it literal? Yeah, I think it's literal, right? So I think the way you would write that is, oh, they copy it for you. Look at them. Look at them. They are on top of things. So zinc 400, come back here, go back to this guy right here, and then, well, oh, that's the, okay, so I'm pretty sure it's zinc 400. Okay, let's save that. Let's go back to our, yeah, that's zinc 400. And then we'll also say hover, so let's go back to the IDE. We also want to say hover makes the text white, right? So hover text white, right? I think that's how you would write that if it's intuitive as it looks. Yeah, and that worked. So I want this to be even darker than this when you hover. I think that's even a little too aggressive. So I'm gonna go back to the color board, and I'm gonna say that instead of it being 400, it's gonna be more like 700. Like it's just gonna like just barely get a little brighter for us, right? So let's go do that. We'll change that to 700. Save that. All right. Yeah, and that's really what we want, right? Just a slight variation. But now I want to make it a little bigger on hover as well, so I'm gonna go size here. Actually, I don't need to steal that. I know exactly what that's gonna be. Whatever our size rule was here, right? So it's gonna be hover and then size of 12, let's say. And that should animate that a little bit more so that when we hover over it, it gets a little bigger, right? So I don't like the fact that that's, I'm gonna give it an some kind of like animate. I'm gonna see if I can find some kind of way to animate that a little bit. So maybe I'll give it like a duration, transition duration. Yeah, so let's say duration 300, right? Let's see if that works on here. So if I say duration, does it apply to every style rule? I mean, every animation rule that I've applied to that? We had it working on this one too. So, oh, we have to have the transition on. Okay, so transition and ease in out needs to be on there. Okay, cool. So we wanted this. This is what we wanted. So now let's go back to our IDE, and where we added duration 300, we'll just change that to transition duration, blah blah blah, like the things that they require on that. Okay, so coming back here, actually, that's our whiteboard. In that, I don't know how that keeps in, but that looks. Try something. Doing that pop thing again, which that was happening to us last time too. That's so annoying. Oh, okay. Hover duration. Hover needs duration as well. So let's just try it here actually. Wait, can we see the code for this? Maybe it's not size, maybe it's scale. Ugh. Let me see if this works real quick, because if this works, then I think it's, if this doesn't work, I think something else is causing it to blow up. I'm gonna get rid of all of those except the style related ones, and then I'm gonna add a hover rule that says that on hover it needs to animate bounce. So let me show you guys what that looks like. So yeah, basically I added this here. I got rid of all the other rules that we added. These guys, these transition rules weren't working, but I'm gonna see if I append a hover rule here, does it actually do what I want it to do? It does. Looks really weird. It looks really weird, but it does do what I would expect. So that's okay. I am just going to... Let's see what this does. Hang on, let's see what this does. Let's do hover transition all on that, and then now let me see if well, it's not going to be there, right? Let's get rid of this bounce. Just change this to size 12, and then let's put our size 2. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. So then and then I think I can do ease in out here as well. Okay. All right. More thing I gotta do that I need to make sure of. Oh. Okay. And then if I do. See, yeah, something else is off now about my button. I can't seem to control the end and start position anymore. There it is. Okay, so what if I did start for... Okay, so what about negative? Okay, perfect. Okay, so I can't control that. So it'd be like, what, 32 maybe? Nope, 16. Yeah, it's... 16 looks good. Maybe 12 is better. Nope, 16 was good. 14 might be the perfect spot. Yeah, 14 is the sweet spot, but then on hover, if we take this back up to 12, because that's going to be the biggest that it gets, does that look weird? That does look weird. It looks like it's too close. But we're going to say 16 is the sweet spot. Okay, cool. So then that would stand to reason that this needs to be in 16. Yeah, that works. That looks good. Okay, so that also means that the size of 12 works now, which is what we wanted, because now we can get them even further away, right? So if I say size of 12, that means the largest it'll ever be is 14. And 14 doesn't look bad right there, but I'm gonna say that the starting point is 18. Why'd that go backwards? Why'd that go backwards before? Alright, 20 is good. There we go. Okay, cool. So now we'll say that the starting size is 12 for these. And then on hover. All right, let's go all the way back to where we had our... I'm writing code now, so let's go back to the IDE. So, yeah, this was it. Okay, let's get that back. And then now what we were saying is that it starts at 12, but then when we add in our... All right, hang on. We'll just freestyle it. We'll freehand it. Okay. So we know that we need the hover. Now, I'm not going to freehand that. I just typed all that up a moment ago. I'm just going to grab it back. All right, and this is what we're freehanding. So we said that this is going to be a negative start of 20. This is going to be a negative end of 20. And then this is going to be a size of, I think we said 12. It's going to be the smallest it gets. And then on hover, it's going to be 14. All right, so let's see what that looks like in the browser now. Looks like it's too far away though. I'm actually gonna bring that closer back now. I'm gonna just do 16 here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be okay actually. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. We need to see if we can get our arrow icon bigger though. That's another thing that's really bothering me. Oh, it's a SVG though. So does that mean I can control the size of it? Like, can I do like size of large? Oh, that didn't work. I wouldn't mind making that arrow bigger. That is gonna bother me, but that's a problem for another day. For now, let's just get our animation on that other button, and then we can move on to the content well. I think our carousel is done. Import link. We don't need link. We don't need button variants here. Clean up these files. Get rid of the stuff that we're not using. All right, we're going down the list here, so we don't need any of this stuff anymore. We're done. Okay, so now that we have our carousel, the next thing that we wanted to add is our content well. So going back to the wireframe, we have a couple of cards here that represent the content that we've created, the stories in our system. Not bad. Okay. Yep, we went right into the feature carousel. So we have this main bucket, that should be fine. Let's just do like a div class name. Let's just do hello world. And then what we'll do is we'll steal what we did for this one as well, right? So let's just do background black for now so we can see it on the screen. Let's head back to the browser. Okay, let me show you guys what I was. So basically we are done with our carousel, so I'm gonna kind of tuck this away and we'll move on to, so we've done the main header, we've done the carousel, now we'll move on to latest news, right? So that's what this represents, bucket here, latest news. Now going back to the browser, back to our site. I don't see our box here, so it's probably not there. Let's do, I'm gonna go back to the IDE and just see what my options are. I'm gonna get rid of some of these flex rules right now. We're not there yet. I'll make this a container. I think that's one of the things that we need to do, because this is gonna be the thing that contains all of our cards. So I'll make this a container. Let's see if that got us the, okay, so that did get us the, if we go to the browser, that did make it pop up on the screen, but this isn't what we want, right? So I'm gonna do an MX auto here. If that brings it down, it does not. So, oh, it's inside of main. No, it needs to be in main, right? It does need to be in main. But I think we need a container maybe around the carousel. Let me just see if that works. It does not. Okay. There's a way that we can do this that'll force this carousel to be. It's like display block or something. Let me see something real quick. Class name. Can I add that to this class name? Yeah, I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go back in our carousel and I'm gonna see if I can add a display block rule on this. Normally that means that only one thing per row, only one thing can show up on that single row. So I know they have display rules in here. Let's see, display. Yeah, perfect. And then we want to do block. Yeah, so it's just display block here. So I think if I just add a rule of block, do this. What happens if I just add the rule block? Doesn't look like that has any effect. wait, all right, let's just debug this the normal way. So we have this header, and then we have our main container. We just need to get this out of main. Okay, all right, cool. There we go. I'm not gonna even worry about that. Okay, so basically what we found is that main probably should just be called section. Section. Main is not a good main didn't look like it was be happy with us there, so get took main out. Now we've changed main to section, and then we're gonna take this guy. This is our container that we're working on. We're gonna take that and put that in here. I'm pretty sure what I was just doing is possible to do, but I don't feel like figuring it out. So I'm just gonna now have like a generic section, right? And then I'll move this in here. And the idea here, right? The idea with this get some spaces out. The idea with this div right here is that this is gonna house all of our. You know what? Now that I have this container, I don't even need a housing unit for that anymore. I was gonna say this was gonna house all of our cards, our story cards, but do I actually even need that? Like, I don't even know if I need that. I could probably just stack a bunch of divs on top of one another, right? But all right, so now that we have that working, let's just go back to the browser and confirm that that black bar shows up below our carousel. We'll go back to the browser, and there it is, right? There's our black bar. Now what we're gonna do is make sure it stretches all the way across the entire screen, and then we'll center it similar to how we did on the other ones. So I'm gonna go to I think I could just actually I think it's already doing that, guys. Hang on, let me try something real quick. I'm gonna go to I keep using Mac shortcuts and it's blowing my screen away. I'm gonna take out that I'm gonna put the black background on our container, on our section container, and see if it stretches all the way across the width of the carousel, which it does, right? This is what we would want. We would want it to go as far out as the carousel does, okay? Which it does. So we can get rid of this black background for now. I think now we just need to start adding our cards. And let's think about that too, because one of the things I wanted to try was like a masonry wall. And for those who aren't familiar with the masonry wall concept, that's like a Pinterest wall where there's a bunch of blocks, but the height is determined by like how long they are. And then based on how long they are, you could have like, you know, a rectangle right here and then a small, actually behind me is a masonry wall, right? My actual streaming setup right now, which is crooked. My streaming setup right now is a masonry wall, okay? It's a traditional masonry wall. So think of it like a picture collage. And I think that wait a second, this is so weird. So I know now that from the stream, I could see clearly that my stuff was crooked. I don't know. Okay, maybe it's not. Because now my screen is straight. Because I just changed it and it wasn't straight. Okay, so let's see. I think two things I want to check out first, right? The first thing I want to check out is there a masonry wall in Shad, right? Shad CN. Is there a masonry wall in here? So let's find out. Actually, let's look through these more. So we got the accordion avatar, no. Combo box. Okay, I didn't know that was called a combo box. That's a really weird name for it. Context menu. Nice, I love that. It's so cool. Hover card. Oh, this is yeah, that's actually really cool too. Navigation menu, pagination, popover, progress, a sheet. Oh, okay, so it's similar to our makeup. It doesn't look like they have one out of the box. So we could see if the interwebs has one, right? Wait, can I see this in use first? This thing only has a 57 out of 100. No, thank you. All right, maybe we'll just do a grid for now. We can update it to a masonry wall at some point, but let's just do a grid. Here we go. And I think that when we had scoped this out on the wireframe, it was only 2 images. Yeah, 2 items per row. So that's easy to do. I wonder if we should do something trickier than that though, right? Where it's like the first 2 items maybe are like side by side, but then the third item is like this featured presentation that looks a lot better. And then maybe the 4th item is side by side, and then yeah. I think that would be cool to do. Where we change the orientation a little bit as you go down the page. All right, so for now what I'll do is I'll just do a grid that's just a 2-column grid, okay? And we'll circle back to the other thing, okay? So for now, let's do this. So we need 2 divs, basically representing 2 stories right now. So let's actually go back to our code and start there. How does that keep getting? Okay. So we need, and we'll just do it in here for now. This is MX Auto. We'll put the background black on this. Take it off of this. And then we know we need 2 of these. So there's 2 divs right there representing the containers of the cards, right? Well, I could have sworn I put background black on both of them. Oh. Okay, and then now in the browser. All right, so that's really tight. Let's take MX Auto off and see if that has a difference. Doesn't. I think I can do like flex fill or something on this. Or let me just do the call to here. Call to. Was it call to or call span to? Call span to. All right, and I think it's gonna be something like the flex stretch or something like that. All right. Let me see. Why do I keep using that? I need to, oh, here. Wait, this is an old tailwind doc. Oh, maybe this is what I should have been using. Grid calls. Yeah, no, that's what they want me to do. Oh wait, does it? I think maybe it means that the calls are actual whiffs. Oh, there's spans for sure. Here, let me just try that. Let's see if I bump this to like 4. Yeah, that's not getting any bigger. if I just get rid of these altogether? What happens? 0 things. Yeah, what if I change that? Maybe it's the MX Auto that's messing with it. It's not justify center. It's actually going to be space between. Yeah, so then here I should be able to say, wait, what? Where's the other one? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so why isn't that working? I'm trying to do a space between rule on these. So that it, we can get out of there. So basically for flex, there's this justify space between rule that you can use. I don't know what it is exactly, but, there it is, justify between. Let's justify content space between, but the rule is space between here. That up. Between. There it is. So now you can see that I have boxes on either side. So now the question is, how do I get the width of these boxes to be respected? So let's do maybe flex grow. I'm just gonna put grow on both of these. I think those are child rules. So let's do this. Grow. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so now I got one on either side. That's exactly what we're looking for. 100% what we're looking for. Okay, so now these are our containers. So whatever's inside them, when we actually start creating the card content, we can use margin and padding and things like that to make sure things aren't squished together. So going back to the design here, let's see, what are we doing? So topic label, image, these are all just rows, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So inside of each one, right, we'll have 5 rows. Hey, nice. They give you a starting point. This is my my friend's autopilot. He gave us like a little autopilot thing. It's really cool. That was horrible though. I don't like that at all. So we have our container. I don't think we need to go back on the container. So let's just do this like straight up vanilla HTML though, right? So we'll say we're gonna do this as like a screen reader would, right? We'll say our let's first denote the things we have, right? We have an eyebrow. We have a we have an eyebrow. We have a image. We have a eyebrow image. And let's actually comment these out because we're going to be coding the things for those. And then we have the title. Yep. And then we have the text. Yep. Damn. How did they know? And then we have the text. Damn it. And then after text, we have the byline. Right, and then that was it. Okay. So now for the eyebrow, we'll do a span. Eyebrow. For the image, we'll do just an image. Actually, we'll do the image tag. Yeah, let's do the actual image tag. And then the source for now is going to be... Let's just do a logo.png for now. And then we'll call this the... actually, no, let's do one of our bigger images. Let's see what our aspect ratio needs to be for those. So this DOM right here, the whole thing is 800. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this whole DOM, right, is... Let's get rid of that other text real quick. Hang on. So I'm just gonna save this. This shouldn't break. I guess it does. Required height property. So I'm actually going to get rid of this for now because I just want to see when these are completely even, what are we looking at? So 658 by 24. We don't care about the height. So the width of our image needs to be 658. We'll give it some breathing room though, right? So we'll say maybe we'll shave off 20 pixels in between. So 10 on this side, 10 on the other side, or maybe we'll just go a little more aggressive than that. Let's do, for now, let's say we'll have a 40 pixel swim lane down the middle of those. Okay, so this will be, let's say 615 is our image width. 615 is our image width. So if we have an image width of 615, so I'm actually gonna come here. Actually, let's go back. And let's do that out. And then I'm gonna do a custom size of 615 by what? Let's go back to the wireframe and see what our I hate that you can't see the actual size of this. Yeah, it's not telling us what size it is. Can you do that? Can Canva show you the image file menu bar? We can see the iron below the title. No. Yeah, so I guess I could just do that. That's fine. And then file. No. Oh, there we go. 472 by 280 is what we have. 472 by 280. So if we go to aspect ratio calculator, so 472 by 280, and if we're saying our desired width was, what was that desired width again? It was, I said 615, then that means it's going to be 615 by 365 is the new image we need to create. So 615 by 365. All right, that's going to be our new image design. And then we don't care what this image really is. However, I am going to take this time to promote ourselves, right? So let's say, no, let's not promote ourselves. We can actually promote something that we, no, I don't care. A part of me just literally stopped caring seconds into that. But let's do elements, let's do photos, right? And then let's just choose a nifty, let's use the one that we had in our actual, right? So that's one. Let's use 3. Let's get 3, right? We'll do that one. Ladies' night. Hey, girls. Right? Ladies' night. Get rid of that. Did our image download? Yeah, it did. Okay. Let's do ladies' night. And then let's also do, well, we only need 2, right? We only need 2. So 2 is plenty. Okay, so there's that. Where's ladies' night? Did I not download it? I'm all of a sudden not liking diversity. Yeah, I like the idea to do diversity. This is a kind of darker image, but it's like straight up. All right, there we go. That's picture. Okay, so let's get this downloaded, and then we'll pop this in. We'll call these our have our promo, and then let's have let's make a new folder in our IDE. Let's go make a new folder and call this one, instead of promo, we'll do mock. Right, and then we'll just have mock 1, mock 2, mock 3. It doesn't matter. So downloads. Actually, yeah, I think I saved it. I have these 2 already. I'll keep No, I'll get rid of these. I'll get rid of all these. Get rid of our cool Martin Luther King. I had a really good idea for the Martin Luther King Day Facebook post. I just never used it, but it was like I was gonna dress Martin Luther King up in a bunch of like hip hop clothes. I was gonna try using an AI simulator to get him in a bunch of hip hop clothes, and then the caption for the post was gonna read, "I'm gonna pour out one for my homie today," and it was gonna be on Martin Luther King Day, but obviously I didn't do it. So these were part of this video I made. I don't need that. We can actually get Junkyard. Why do I still have this? That's gonna be available on YouTube at some point. That toss this in the promo folder. Okay, let's. All right, so these are mock. I'm gonna put these with the project. Sorry, y'all, this is taking so long, but I want to just make sure I keep this all organized. So I made a promo directory. Now I'm gonna make a mock directory because eventually we're gonna keep needing to come back to these. So I'm gonna call this mock, and then I'll also say what size this mock directory is. So I'm gonna make one mock directory, and then inside of that I'm gonna do 615x 365, so that I know that the numbered images in here, because remember they're just gonna be image 1, image 2, image 3. The number images in here, I know what size they are. And if I ever need to get mock images for this size again, I can easily come back to it. All right, so there's that. I just saved those, and now I'm gonna pull them into our project. Now I have a mock directory with image 1 and image 2 in there. So now for this, we'll come back here, and we know that the width was 615, the height was 365, and as far as the actual image source, we'll say that it's gonna be /mock/1.png. Okay, and then for the eyebrow, we'll call this mock. All right, let's go ahead and save that. Fire up the site again. All right, and there we go. We got our image there. Okay, so this is blown out really far right now. I'm not sure what's causing the blowout. Maybe it's because it's grow. Maybe it's because it's flex grow, and I really want it to be auto column. Maybe auto calls max. So I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this right here. I'm gonna try this right here on our two DOMs. So we'll do this. All right, let's go. So, all right, I want to do it on both of these at the same time. So I'm gonna do that, and then that. I'm actually gonna delete grow. There we go. We'll do that. We'll just see if that actually does what we want, and it does, right? Now this is perfectly the size we're looking for. This is that span we want. We don't want we want this container to be flex direction column or whatever it is. So if you look here, this is like going from left to right. We don't want that. We want this here to make sure that like maybe we can add a flex rule here. I don't know if you can do grid and flex, but if we can add a flex rule here that just says that these are, or maybe we just do display block. I'm not sure how to do it yet, but in some way we need to say that all of these are stacked. I'm gonna go back to Tailwind and just see what my flex direction stuff is. Yeah, there it is, flex direction column. So yeah, we do need to say flex on it too. So here, let's see if that'll let us do it. I don't know if it'll let us do both grid and grid and flex at the same time, but really what we're saying is we're gonna do flex and then what was it? Flex call? Yeah, here it is. So flex and flex call. Come back here. Nope, that didn't let us do it. Because what's happening here now is my span here is super small, and then it's assuming that the next thing that can fill up that space is this this image, which is it's okay size, but it's not. That's not what we want, right? We actually want this to let me see what happens if I change the order. Oh, Um, oh, wait. I think I need my grid rules on the outer container. Right? So here, I'll do this, and then I'll get rid of it here and put it here. Yeah, because that fixed that, but now the problem is this is going to be tricky. So I have the span working now, which is great, but now I have an issue with the inner container. So we don't have to worry about flex. It's going to be a grid thing, I think. Maybe it's column start and end. Starting and ending lines. Maybe it's this. There's 12 columns. Maybe what I need to do is span it 6. Maybe I need to do a call span 6 on each of these. So here, what I'll do is I'll get rid of the auto call stuff here and the grid rules even. Well, I think I need the grid rule. Oh, wait, hang on. So I did have something wrong here. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. I don't think I need that here. I think this just needs the flex rule. Yeah, and that still has the problem, right? Okay, cool. So I think this shell, the outer container, needs to here, let's see how they do. Yeah, so they're at least putting grids here, and then they're putting the number of columns for each, right? So I could do a grid. Yeah, I think I know how to do this now. I think I know how to do this. I think what I need to do is I need to say grid, and then I think, what is it? Grid calls dash. Yeah. So then I think I need to do grid dash calls dash 2, and then here I need to say what the span is, right? So this is going to be a call span of 1, and so is the other one, right? So we can actually say here call span 1, right? I think that'll do it. Yep, and that's perfectly centered, perfectly spaced. Everything looks great, right? So that looks really good to me. I'm gonna leave our image with this spacing over here to the right, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, hang on. Let me do like 635 real quick. Let's see. I'm actually gonna just do closer to the real thing now, because that looks like way too much empty space there. 668 was the real thing. Let's try 650 then. Yeah, I'm gonna keep 650, and we'll tinker with it as we create the other item here. But I think that looks okay. All right, so that's a really big image for a card. So I'm actually gonna bring that down now. Sorry, it's like way too big. Actually, I'm gonna just go back to 35. Yeah, that should suffice. Okay, so now that we have that image, let's put the title in. So this is just gonna be a this is gonna be, I think H1 would have been in our featured container. No, we don't even have an H1 on this site. Yeah, these are gonna be H2s. Some title here. All right, that should show up. So this title here should show up just below that, so that's good. And then for the text, I'll do p tags. Just semantic HTML that we're writing here. I'm gonna go grab some lorem ipsum, but let's see if my IDE will do that for me. Yeah, there we go. Ah, there we go. And then, yeah, that's gonna be a span. So we're gonna have, okay, let's think about this, right? This is actually gonna be a little trickier because inside of this span tag, we're gonna have a image. Okay, and then in here, this is going to be our image, our semantic image. And the height is going to be equal to, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's just say like 40 and 40. Okay, because it's going to be a complete circle. And then we'll figure out the, this isn't going to be mock, this is going to be just the logo. We'll figure out how to get the rounded, like to make it a circle. But it's gonna have that. It's gonna be a span that has an image, and inside of that image, we don't even need a span here. We can just do a divider here. And then the image is gonna be a standalone thing, and then the span is gonna be a standalone thing. And on this divider, we'll say that it's gonna be like flex, and then the direction is gonna be like, how do you do? Gonna be like whatever flex row I think it is. Flex direction. Yeah, flex row. So we're gonna go back to the IDE and we'll add flex row here. So now that's probably not gonna be done. Let's actually 2 lines and then let's close that p tag out. Okay, so now we're error free and we have our like semantic HTML chunk here. This is like a super bare bones raw HTML chunk here. And there we go. We have our logo there. We have our text, some title here, and then our eyebrow. So now I'm going to release this from the clutches of the black background so that we can actually see the text. I think we're ready now, at least for this one. We're ready to start manipulating things. Okay, so that doesn't look horrible. Doesn't look amazing either, but that's okay. We'll get there. Let's start with this eyebrow. I wonder if we should make it bold. Let's just see what that looks like. And we can do some of this from the browser. So I'm just gonna see if we were to do a bold tag here. All right, that's not gonna work. That I'm gonna have to do edit as HTML. And then we'll just say, oh, nice, thank you. Yep, so we'll definitely make that bold. All right, and then I'm pretty sure there's a bold. I'd rather use their bold, honestly. So font, yeah, font style, font weight. There we go. And then I'll just do font bold. That span tag. Whenever I can, I try not to add new HTML tags. That's like a thing of mine. All right, so let's back here. Yep, so we're still getting that bold. And you'll see here, I just added a class bold here. A little easier to deal with. Okay, so I think that's enough. That's a good, safe distance from the image as well. So I think we're good there also. I think the next thing we need to do is tighten up this title a bit. So we need like a title design. So let's see if we have a actual header title. No, so we're gonna have to do it ourselves. And that's okay. I'd love it if they had more of a like a headline sort of style that we could just use ourselves, but that's okay. I think that the generic size of this guy, these fonts, you look here, go to compute it here. What's the size? All right. You can usually find out the size of these guys. Maybe that's 24 pixels? I don't know. Let's find out. Did it get bigger? Whoops. I want to actually, let's do 24 pixel. Oh. Okay, so it's not 24, but 24 does look good, so I'm gonna use 24 pixels for ours. So let's do fonts. No, fonts. Oh, it's font style. Okay, no, that's just okay. 24 pixels is about that. So let's find one where the actual font size, 24 pixels, which is gonna be our text 2XL. Back over to the IDE. Let's find our headline. Last name is gonna be text 2XL, and we definitely want font bold here. This needs to be extremely prominent. I think our text in the body is fine as is. I don't know if we need to adjust that at all. You know what I mean? Like, that actually looks okay. I do feel like there needs to be some margin top and bottom against this title. I think it's a little snug against that image, and I definitely think it's snug against the font here. So let's see what looks good here. Let's say margin top and bottom is let's say 10px or 12px auto. Oh no, it's 0. Sorry, left and right 0. Yeah, that looks fine. I feel like it should be a little less padding from the bottom than there is from the top, to be honest. Or maybe the other way around. That perfect spacing looks really odd to me. So I'm actually gonna do, there's a trick you can do where you can do the top and bottom. I think it's when you only have 3 parameters, right? The first one becomes the left. The middle one, no, it's still top and bottom now. So all right, let's just do all 4. So we're gonna say that this is good being 12 pixels from the top, but from the right it needs to be 0. From the bottom is 0, and then from the bottom we're gonna do like npx. And then 0. Oh, maybe that was right. Maybe this is left and right then. Oh, snaps. I could be wrong there, but maybe it's left and right there. I know it starts at the left and then it's top here. So wait, what am I doing? This is 0 actually. And then it's top here, which we were saying can be like 12 pixels. Yeah, because now this is saying left and right. And then this is bottom, 10 pixels, and it would do 0. So I actually want that to be even more. I'll do 14. Wait, is the first one top actually? Hang on, maybe the first parameter is top. Yeah, it is top. Okay, so it starts with top. Sorry, guys. So let's say 12 pixels, and then right is 0, and then bottom is 10 pixels. Even smaller, right? 8 pixels, and then 0 here. Let's do 8 pixels. There we go. So we'll do 2 pixels. 4. We'll do 4. So we'll do 12 from the image, just to give the image a little breathing room. We'll do, I don't even want to do 12, right? Let's do 8. Yeah, so we'll do 8, top 8, bottom 4. Okay, let's go implement that. So on these, this. Oh man, I am in straight Mac mode right now. My fingers keep doing Mac shortcuts. Margin top 8, and then margin bottom 4. Right. Now we can go back to the browser, and we see that our changes are not looking good. Wait, what did I do wrong there? Oh, these are REMs. So I need to go back to Tailwind and see what I'm doing wrong here. These are going to be our margins. Let me show you guys what we're doing. We need to go find these margin rules. We want the margin rule that equates to 12 and 8, right? So, oh, they even have What is it going to be margin Y for top and bottom? Let's go. That's actually pretty cool. If we had the exact same number for both, we'd be able to do it like that. Anyway, we know that we wanted to do 4, so it's going to be 1. So MB1 for our margin bottom. So this is actually 1. And I'm not going to save it yet because we still have to go grab the top, which we wanted the top to be 8, right? So let's go grab that MT8. There we go, MT8. Oh, I see how they're organizing these now. There's 8. It's 2. Okay, all right, that's fine. 2. Okay, so now we can go back to the browser. Check out our beautiful design, still there. Okay, looks good, looks good. Now byline is a little trickier. What we want to do is we want to make our image be the background, be a circle, have like be in a complete circle. So we want it to have rounded borders. So what I'm going to do so this is more obvious for us to see is I'm actually going to use a different image there. I'm going to use the Vercel SVG. No, I don't want to use an SVG for that. I'll use one of the promos. I use one of the promos. So we'll do promo /1.png. Let's see what that looks like. Back to the ID, the browser. Okay, yeah. So that at least gives us enough visibility, okay, into like to be able to see that container. Now I want to see if I actually go into the code and like add some class names. Like let's say we add a background color of red, right? I want to see if they get respected. So actually, let's do BG black. There's no way for me to tell that now that I think about it. But what's another thing we could do? Let me just think. Border. Okay, border should put a gray outline on it, and I can't tell. I need something else that I can use a class to do. What about margin? Let's do margin right 4. That's a really big margin rule, and it worked. Okay, that actually does push it over. So classes are respected. So now we need to see the border radius rule, right? This guy right here, because we want it to be an entire circle, right? So rounded full, it looks like, is the verbiage for that. And if we go back to the IDE, rounded full, then come back over to our page in the browser. And it's rounded. It looks awful though. Let me see. Is something off with our width and height maybe? Oh, because maybe the image that we chose. All right, let's do this. Let's go grab ourselves a actual yeah, let's go make an image. First we want to see how big we want this image, because that to me that looks kind of small what we've done here. Yeah, it's just like 40 by something, right? 40 is our width. I'm going to say like 70 by 70 would maybe be okay. Right? What do you guys think? 70 by 70 might be good, right? We'll see. I'm just going to do 70 by 70. Yeah, I'm going to do a 70 by 70. I'm going to wing it, guys. No, I'm not going to wing it. Let's do this. Let's do 70 by 70 here. Save that, and then see how wide that gets. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, that looks really good. You see that? That looks so cool. If that was someone's picture, that's too big though. Let's actually go down 20 pixels. I think that's too big. Maybe 55. 60. Why'd 70 show me the other image though? The promo image that I was looking for. That was one of the old promo images we had. Actually, let's go grab that. That's a good idea, actually. For the promo images, I'm gonna put a Mach 3 in here, and it's gonna be one from our like a completely square Facebook promo image from back in the day. So let's go promo. Let's get a couple of promos in here. So I'm actually going to change this mock directory to be a little more specific. I'll call this mock, and then I'll do dash, and then I'll do 615 by 365, and then I'm going to make another mock directory and give it the same, and I'm just going to call this one square though, right? So these are going to be really big, beautiful images that are square images. Okay, so we're here. I'll grab one. I don't need that one. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. This one. I'm just grabbing all of my specific images that are like squares. I don't need that many. I'll just grab a couple. I don't know why I just grabbed like 8. I'll grab 3. Okay. So now we'll update all of these to just a single number as the name. Jesus, I am in a really weird space typing today. Okay, 3. Okay, so now we have our mock square. But first we got to go fix the other one, right? Those are going to break on the carousel. So let's go to our that would be our carousel where we had the no, the mock was part of this as well. So I think we can just do that here. So the mock would be, this would actually be mock dash 615 x 365, and then what we're saying is this guy is going to be mock square. Right, so now we can at least start playing around with the sizes we were really interested in, knowing that we have a complete square image now to service that area. See, that looks a lot better. So actually, let's change that to like image 2. I'm going to change that to image 2 just so we had a different image in there. Yeah, those look way better. And I think this is a decent size. I think this is a decent size for that image. Let me just throw up browser real quick. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it like, I don't know. I'll give it like a top margin. Let's look at it one more time. I think the same distance that the title is from the image. Or maybe the same, yeah, let's try the same distance that so we'll do margin top, margin top 1 for this, MT-1. Nope, that's not enough. We'll do MT-2. Nope, 4. 4 is good, 4 is good. It kind of forces the denoting of the end of that item. And then for the right, for the right margin, we do want there to be spacing between us and the byline, so we're going to do an MR, and then we'll do an MR8 here. Oh wait, not on that, it's going to be on the image actually, so MR8 on the image, because we want that byline to start there, right? And then also what I want to do is I want to make sure that everything in this container is vertically centered. So that's going to be a flex rule that we need to find out. We need to go learn how to vertically center everything in this container, right? So that's going to be like some kind of flex rule. It's going to be like align items center. Yeah, here we go, item center. So it's going to be flex item center, I think. So let's go back to our page, and then I think it's going to be items center. Yep, there we go. And now you see byline just drop to the center of that bucket there, right? So that looks good. That's too far away from it though. I'm actually going to come back now on the margin. So I'm going to go from 8, I'll cut that in half to 4. 4 is really good. We'll say that instead of it just saying byline, this will say combo junkie, so it represents the first name and the last name. Okay, and then also we wanted to make that a hyperlink, right? So we'll use the how will we do that? What did we do for the header? For the header, we use the link attribute from NextJS, I think. Yes, we did. Okay, cool. Actually put belongs where they belong. Ah! Okay. Then let's copy these. Okay. Yeah, what I think we need here. We can close that too. So now I'm gonna update this to from a span I think I might be able to update this to just a link, actually. I don't even know if I need the span, but we'll keep the span in for now. I'll just tinker with that in a second. But let's go grab the... let's go over to the IDE. Let's go to just grab one of these examples. A header. Okay. And we'll... Alright, and here we'll say this is chunky. Get rid of this extra space. Okay, now let's go back to the browser. Alright, that looks okay. However, let's see if we can get it out of this span tag. Okay, so now we just have two things stacked up top one another. And that did not work out. Oh, it did work out. That's not bad. Oh man, you guys cannot see what I'm doing, and there's no way for me to pull this up either. I suppose I could pull the bottom of the page up. Man, that is actually harder than I thought to pull up. I'm trying my best to find a bottom portion of this page, but I can't seem to find it. Hang on, I'll go the other direction. I'll go that way, and then... There you go. You guys can see that now. Alright, it's like just above the title cards. So we'll leave that there for now until we get done with this footer area. Alright, so let's move that over again, because now the MR4 is even way too much. So I'm going to just do MR1 now. I'm actually not going to do any margin right because the link element is actually having a lot of different margin on it. Oh man, that's so... I don't like how far away that is. Alright, so let's do this. Let's do, I'm going to put some negative margin on the link element. Okay, and then I'm going to say, for our link element, so here's our link element. So basically I just put that, this button variance, I just, I'm going to convert this to a string literal so I can add classes to it. So I'll need to the little string literal stuff, but then I want to do margin. I want to do a negative margin right of 1, and then let's see if that actually tucks it in a better. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Okay, so we'll leave it like that. I do want to make this a little bigger. I'm gonna make this font size a little bigger. Let's see how to do that. I think it was just like font large or text large or something like that, but let's just confirm. Yeah, text large. Let's see what let's actually see what size we want to do this as first, and then we'll make the adjustment. So here I'll just use the browser to manipulate this manually, which is that's fine. We can do it on the A tag. 20px, maybe we go with 16 pixels. Yeah, so let's find out what our 16 pixels are. Text base. So let's head back over to right. And let's text base that. Did that work? It did. Nice. All right, and then we were also gonna say this is a. Oh no, it's already a hyperlink. Okay, cool. So now we'll go back to the code, and in order to see this as a 2-card display, we need to duplicate what we've done in this container, right? So we'll come here, get rid of this hello world, we'll pop that in, and now we should see these looking good side by side on different. Oh wait, no. Hang on. I'm doing. That's odd. For some reason my text is like bleeding in. Oh, that's, never mind. That's because we don't have any padding whatsoever in these containers. Which we don't want padding now that I think about it. So wait, hang on. So wait, what do I want? What I would want is for the... It's like that's the only thing that is correct, actually. Okay, so the containers do need to span the entire, or do they? Yeah, the containers themselves should span the entire width, but I think on the inside of that... I'm just gonna add padding inside these, see what happens. I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen here, but can't hurt to try it. I'm here. That, and then I'll just do I think it's just gonna be P10. Nothing happened at all. Let me go find out what my padding rules are. What did happen? Something happened. And it's too much. 4. 4 is good. I'm gonna say 4 is good. I'm gonna actually make a judgment call and say 4 looks okay. I'm actually gonna try 6. I'm just gonna try 6. 6 is what it is. 6 is what it is. Okay, 6 is actually good. So now I'm gonna put 2 more of these on top of one another, just so I can see what it looks like when there are 4 of these on the page. And then from there, we will close this ticket out. We'll submit this code and close this ticket out. I'll save that. Go back to the browser. Scroll down. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're actually going to turn these eyebrows to links as well. So let's just do that first. And let's change this title to link. Let's make all of those links. Everything should be linking. And we'll just make sure they go nowhere right now. So I'm going to do undo on that copy paste. I'm going to break open this one item. I'll delete this because we're going to just copy paste it 3 times. So now we're going to update these 2 links, and it's literally just as simple as us grabbing this link here, right? And then we'll pop it right in there. And I actually think I might get away with being with not having to have a span here. So all I need to do is make sure that, so I'll save that. Let's go back to the browser. Okay, so that's centered now. It's really weird. We don't want that. Link, we're gonna say that's centered. How do I fix that? I think it's like a float. Well, yeah, float left. Alright, so let's see if it's just as easy as adding the float left rule here. No, that didn't do it. It might have something to do with these button variants too. Alright, well, that's fine. I'm gonna add the span back and see if that fixes it. Yeah, that does. That fixes it. So I'll get rid of this negative margin here. And I'll get rid of the text base. Okay, there's actually too much margin still though. It's padding. Okay, so we'll just say padding 0 here. We're gonna do P-0 on the outside of that. That's not working either. It's this button variant, I'm pretty sure. Let me get rid of the button variant and see what happens. I'll get rid of the class altogether, I don't care. Yeah, there we go, that's way better. And now let's see, actually, if I get rid of the span now, do we get here? Yes, that's perfect. Okay, so what I'll do, I'm gonna get rid of these button variants now, guys. And let's see what a hover look like. Oh, but I lose my underline. All right, I'll leave the button variant on this, but I'm gonna actually add it to this as well. I think it's gonna be cool here as well. So I'll have to figure that out too. Nah, never mind. I'm not gonna add it here either. These are just gonna be regular links where I can add the text decoration later if we need to, but for now I'm just gonna leave them as regular links. So I think that looks good. I think the one thing this is missing is the font weight bold. So let's go back to the code. Let's add for that eyebrow. Let's do font bold here. And then now for the title, we're going to do something similar, right? Where we're saying that now this is a link, href. Nope, this equals. And for now, it's going to the home page. We don't care. And then this is some title here. Okay, and then if we go back to the browser, should be able to hover on that. Yeah, now we can hover on these. They just pop right back up to the home page because we're not doing anything with them right now, but these look pretty good. Okay. All right, I think we should change the color of this to like a blue or some kind of color that makes it look like a URL. So let's actually go do that. Let's do color here, and then let's choose ourselves a nice little hyperlink blue, like maybe this 500. So this is blue 500. Let's choose blue 500 here. Let's say we're gonna make this blue 500. I'll go back to our IDE and do that. So here we're making this blue 500, and then we'll save that. And then now going back to the browser, we'll go over to our app, and that has no effect. Okay, so why doesn't that have any? Let me go check out this button variant thing. I think that might have something to do with it. Oh, wait. It's not just blue, right? There's another thing I need when I'm doing colors, right? We did it in the header, maybe? We did it somewhere where we did, oh no, it was in the carousel. Right, then we do something with colors here. Yeah, BG Zinc. I think that was it. Hang on, let me go back to the browser. By default, these colors will be made available. Okay. Yeah, I guess it is BG. Alright, I don't know if that's gonna work, honestly. BG feels weird to me. Let's see if we can find an example where they're changing the color of a... So it's just text. Oh, so it's text dash color dash code, I think. Right? So maybe for us... Go back to this page here. Let's go here. Maybe for us, instead of it just being blue 500, is it text blue 500? Yep, there it is. And that looks kind of powdery blue to me. I'm going to go a little darker, a shade darker than that. That looks like too powdery blue. So we did blue 500. I'm actually going to go 600. Maybe even 700. We'll see. But let's just try 600 first. All right, come back here. Hit save. A little darker. Let's do 700. No, 600 was probably okay. Yeah, so we'll stay at 600. Okay, cool. All right, and now let's get the other four on table. Okay, let's do say, I want to say story card 1. Comment that out. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it here multiple times. So hang on, let's go to the IDE so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I have this story card 1. Spacing here is really odd, so I'm going to clean that up. Let's make sure we don't have any wasted portions of code. Link image. No, we shouldn't tuck that. That's fine. All right, no, this is good. This looks good. Let's package it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to the browser. And we see all 4 of those looking really good together. We have one more side of this. This isn't done yet. We actually have one more thing to do, which is our footer. So our footer is going to be a lot like the header. It's actually going to be exactly like the header, right? We're going to use the exact same logic as the header, but we just won't have the, this little. Actually, this needs to be a hover, this hover event. Let's do that now. So on our drawer icon, not our drawer icon, but our menu icon here, I want this to have an animation effect, like a hover effect. So I'm going to say hover. Wait, we just did this somewhere else, right? It was here. No, it wasn't here. It was in our carousel. It was on the buttons. So you set a size. Yep, here we go. It's this guy. That's why I love figuring some of this stuff out, because you can always come back to it and use it, right? So we were saying basically when we hover over it, what we want to happen is for it to get bigger. So I don't know what the size is right now, but we'll find out in a second. It gets smaller. Yeah, that got bigger, and that's getting bigger in a nice way, but that's way too much big, right? Too bigger. It's too bigger. That's smaller. Yeah, 12 maybe. Yeah, okay, cool. That's perfect. Perfect. And then now I want to do cursor. I think it needs to be cursor pointer. But at least that's the rule in. Yep, there it is. All right, and then pointer, and then now I should put a X up here that allows me to close this as well. But we won't worry about that right now. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to move on to the footer so that we can move on to the end of this project at some point today. We'll be done with this ticket, and then we can move on to the data stuff. Thank God. All right, I'm going to take a break, get some lunch. I will be back in maybe an hour or so. But yeah, we are making some really good progress. Thank you guys for joining. I will be back shortly. And I hate when I just noticed that this whole time I actually have not had my camera running. That's so annoying. Hey, one more thing I want to do while I have you guys is I want to set this carousel to auto play. Okay, so I'm going to go to Shad CN carousel. It's a new feature they just made, so it's like really high on the list. And that'll be one of the options, I'm sure. We'll just docs. Wait, where are the options? All right, I'll just go to GitHub because they have like 0 options, right? Are they being serious? Oh my god, you have to do all this just to, well, no, I can't knock this. This actually isn't a horrible idea to do it this way. Was it just autoplay? Like, what exactly is the option? Wait, I think I have the wrong preview or something. Like, what the hell? All right, React and TypeScript. Let's use that. Yeah, here we go. I'm still not sure what the frickin' option is. This is insane. Why is this so hard to figure out right now? It should just be one string too. That's what's hilarious. Like, it's literally just one string that I need to find. Where's this? Is it just autoplay true? Maybe that's what it is. I have no idea why they do it like this. I might be able to find it on. Yeah, autoplay. Okay, here it is. So yeah, I would have definitely not had it right. That was like last thing I would have thought they wanted me to do. All right, so we got our options here. Now we'll have our plugins here. What? Oh, autoplay is a thing you have to include. I need to actually import that, I think. I don't think I have that. Yeah. I didn't have that. That was... okay. So, now what? Wait, now what doesn't it like now, though? Where'd that array come from? Like, why is the array there? Oh, I see. I didn't grab enough of it. That's no one's fault but mine. Okay. Wait, what? If that's 2, does that mean these are off? Wait, this has been off this whole time. I didn't even realize it. Ah, jeez Louise. Okay, here, let's just close that. Yeah, that's better. Alright. So now, I should have this autoplay feature working on my site. I think we need to do... End it up again. Let's go to the browser. Alright, it's ready. Oh yeah, wait, what part of it is complaining? Do I have this marked as use client? Hang on, let's find out how to solve this. I've never ran into this, but I'm pretty sure it's a really common thing. Yeah, it's just use server. You have to be explicit on these. So for this file here, we're gonna actually just pass in use server at the top. Now that should work. What, is it still failing? Yeah, it is still failing. Oh, I see. I get it. I get it. They're saying I have to do it in the actual function that I'm creating. So it'd be in here somewhere. That fixed it. Nope, that's not fixing it either. I think I just need to remove this one now. That should fix it. Okay, and now I need to make this an async function because this is now something that needs to keep retrieving data back nonstop. So I think I can just do async export. Wait, what's this complaining about? Oh, okay, export async. What? So confused. Alright, that error? So do I just do async const? I mean async. So maybe I do this. Maybe I do async function. This guy, and then instead of equals, just do that. Okay, that got rid of that, but it's still unsupported server component type undefined. Oh, then I have to export this, so I still do need to export this. Okay. Is that gonna work? I don't know if that's gonna work either. That looks like it's also failing. Alright, fine. I'm just not gonna worry about it right now. I really do want that autoplay feature, but I think this is like a limitation that we're dealing with right now, like one of these weird limitations in NextJS. But we'll just leave that there. Yeah, that fixes it. Yeah, we need to figure that out too, because that's gonna be pretty awesome to have. Yeah, I don't know what they're saying to do either. I think what they're saying that to do is use the use server. Hang on. Let's put this back. Now. Let's put this back here. Okay, and then I won't do... I think I'm gonna leave this normal. Yeah, no, never mind. I don't know if we can do it really. I looked up some stuff. I didn't look up a lot of things, but yeah, we just won't deal with the autopilot. Now, I think I'm okay with that. All right, and then there's an issue here with this button now. That looks like it's starting in a weird place. Alright, there we go. Alright, and then now we just need to push that over some. I think that's that like that's weird that that's not. Do I have something here that's not on the other one? That's weird. I know that was working before. Like, I remember that being perfectly spaced. What the hell changed? I guess the only thing left to do is to make those smaller, which I can do, but okay. That's crazy. What is happening with that? That's crazy. Alright, that looks better. Evenly spaced, but something's off about that. That was definitely working before. So hang on, is there just no such thing as and 16? That's impossible. Space. It was what was it? Oh, top, left, bottom, and stuff, was it, maybe? Yeah, it was that. Yeah, N16 totally works. Oh well, alright. Now we can't make them grow that much, right? That's gonna look insane. They'll have to grow just a Alright. There we go. Fine. Alright. That's alright. For realsies now, I'm gonna go take a break, get something to eat. I will be back. Probably at like 6:30, maybe. Okay, alright.